Chiron in Cancer wounded the motherless child. This is the woman who became her own mother far too soon or never felt mothered at all. She hides her softness behind walls of protection. No one will catch me if I fall. Hyper independent or emotionally dependent, swings between extremes, fears abandonment, rejection, or not being emotionally needed. Over mothers others but neglects her own needs. Can't trust the safety of intimacy. Love feels dangerous. Feels responsible for everyone's feelings but can't process her own. Emotionally reactive or shut down, no safe middle ground, represses grief, softness, or vulnerability to stay strong, carries ancestral pain like a second skin, struggles to feel truly at home anywhere, builds relationships out of obligation or guilt, self sacrifices to feel worthy of love, fears being a burden, so hides emotional needs, may experience chronic issues with digestion, breasts, or womb, romanticizes the past or gets stuck in family dynamics, feels mothering equals martyrdom, confuses emotional enmeshment with love, feels unseen or unheld, even in relationships, nurtures others to feel valuable, not because she wants to, identifies with being the one who always has to hold it all. My North Node is in Cancer, and I can relate to a lot of these for sure. But I just know, like with the Aries rising, I'm like I'm such a hard ass on myself. But how amazing would this be if you are actually really to were able to get into the mother archetype? Because there's something in if you go into the archetypal intelligence, if you go into the psychoanalysis of the archetypes with the goddess, the horrible mother is part of what's called the transformative character. So there's the physical representations of goddess, the earth, the moon, huts, stone, caves. There's the transformative principle of the goddess, which is like the high one is Sophia Gaia. If you've heard that term, this is the ultimate wisdom. And then there is Lilith is in the negative transformative character. Medusa's in the negative transformative character, even though Medusa was a victim. Um, well, all the negative transformative characters of the goddess were victims. So the overarching is the horrible mother. And so the horrible mother is like, whip it into shape, like get your shit together and expects a lot and over gives and has all of these really negative characteristics. And so if we're looking at this as Chiron, as Cancer is a lot to do with mothering energy, then you could see how the wounded aspect of it is going to show up and not really being able to connect on an authentic level. It's very performative and it's very scary to feel a sense of connection. So I definitely feel for you if your Chiron is in Cancer, especially because you're a woman in the female body and if you want to have children. Chiron and Cancer is healing the cosmic mother plus emotional alchemist. This is the reborn nurturer who no longer abandons herself. She mothers her inner child, alchemizes ancestral grief, and manages the body as a sanctuary. I am safe to be held and to hold. Knows how to give and receive nurturance without losing herself, creates emotional safety inside her own body and boundaries, feels at home in her cycles, her feelings, her feminine energy, lets love in without collapsing or performing, has grieved when she didn't receive, so she can now receive fully, leads with softness and fierce compassion, feeds herself first, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, reclaims rest, nourishment, and pleasure as sacred, heals ancestral pain through embodied presence, turns her home into a temple and her body into a sanctuary, speaks her needs without guilt or shame, uses emotional intelligence as medicine, becomes the mother she never had, then shares her overflow, breaks generational patterns with grace and power, rewrites the story of motherhood as mutual care, not martyrdom, trusts her intuitive lunar nature as a leadership tool, allows herself to be seen in both strength and softness, tends to her inner child daily like sacred ceremony, becomes a womb of transformation for those she loves. And so I just want to share with you that even though like if you've got Chiron in Cancer, and you are feeling the horrible mother aspect of the transformative character. You are on a cellular level remembering the victimization that all women have gone to establish an external, moralistic male deity that we have to live up to, right? Like that's what the religions are doing. We can get into the weeds of how religion has changed and stuff, but like the overall of the patriarchal religions was based on performance and really diminishing the human experience because you were only focused on the spiritual. So that allowed us to victimize other people for the sake of that religious belief and spiritually bypass the suffering of other people because we're like, well, it's a spiritual experience, so your family being murdered is really just the experience that you signed up for. And it's like it's both. We're supposed to be doing both. So if this is you, I'm so excited because what a gift for you to be someone who's bringing in the divine feminine during this time of great change, because the astrology is changing to where the collective consciousness is shifting so much and waking people up, and people are like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, and then coming back to wholeness. And so you are one of the people who are really going to experience that in your lifetime, so it's going to be great soul evolution for you, and then you can use it in other areas of life, right? Okay. Chiron and Cancer would say, if I ask to be held, I'll be left. And the healing is, I mother myself first. I am safe in my softness. And that is just so important for us boss babes. Like, we don't have to be such a hard ass all the time.